Happy Monday, everybody. Today we are going to jump in and do some good learning because I believe that the more you learn about your body and its inner workings, the more you have just confidence in what's going on and you have less fear and anxiety over your health. And when we have less fear and anxiety over our health, we can decrease our stress levels and improve our health just by feeling better. So I love educating. I love teaching just information because it is so powerful. So today I wanted to talk about Candida. And as I've been weeding through many functional lab tests on many different people, there's definitely a common theme going on among many women that I see, and that is Candida overgrowth. So I want to talk about this because it can severely impact your health if this teeny tiny microorganism is infesting your insides and going wild. So Candida is a type of yeast that is naturally present in the human body, and it usually lives in harmony with other microorganisms and doesn't cause any harm when it's in balance. However, when the balance of microorganisms in the body is disrupted, then Candida can overgrow and cause a range of health problems. This overgrowth, it can lead to symptoms like fatigue and brain fog and digestive issues and skin rashes and recurrent infections, much more. It's often caused by factors like a diet high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, like the standard American diet, which is why I bring this up, that it is really impacting our children way more than we realize. So that diet, high antibiotic use, steroids, and just a weakened immune system. And our immune systems become weakened often by stress. So stress and hormonal imbalances also contribute to Candida overgrowth. So how does this happen? Like I said, when everything starts getting out of balance and out of control with antibiotics, like they are designed to kill harmful bacteria that cause infection, but they can also kill beneficial bacteria that keep Candida in check and can lead to an overgrowth. The diet, the weakened immune system caused by stress, illness, medications, the hormonal imbalances that occur during pregnancy or menopause or whenever we have a very stressful time that can impact our hormones. So we know why it happens. Let's talk about what you may feel like if you have Candida overgrowth. So here are some things that you might notice. Digestive issues, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, abdominal pain. Any of those in any combination. Recurrent infections, because Candida overgrowth can weaken the immune system. It makes it easier for the body to develop recurrent infections like urinary tract infections, vaginal yeast infections, and oral thrush. All of the above. You could have skin and nail issues. It could cause skin rashes, eczema, acne, nail fungi. It contributes to fatigue and brain fog, difficulty concentrating, poor memory. It can also contribute to mood changes. This tiny microorganism can disrupt the balance of neurotransmitters in the brain, leading to mood changes like anxiety, depression, and irritability. Really, it is that powerful when it is overgrown. Sugar cravings Candida overgrowth can cause an increase in your sugar cravings because yeast feeds on sugar and carbohydrates. So it becomes this cycle where you want more sugar, you need more sugar because you're feeding a microorganism within you. So if you feel like I just have a sweet tooth, but you have some of these other things going on too, it might be because of Candida overgrowth. It can also contribute to pain in your body, joint pain and inflammation, as well as like muscle aches and stiffness. So you have to understand the concept that a lot of our health begins in the gut. And when there is a problem from a microorganism perspective in the gut, then it can make these health symptoms just explode. There are several tests that can be done to confirm Candida overgrowth, and they're super easy to do. The two that I like to do in combination with one another are a comprehensive stool analysis test, and it detects the presence of Candida in the stool and provides information about overall balance of the microorganisms in the gut, so the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. And I like to do it with an organic acid test. It can measure the level of organic acids in urine, which provides information about the presence of Candida in the body. So those two things together give us a picture of what Candida is like in the body, and if there is any detected, then we can say there is an overgrowth of that bacteria. So we're going to talk about how you can prevent this just through diet to start with. If you change your diet, it can be an effective way to prevent Candida overgrowth and maintain that healthy balance of those microorganisms. So here are some ways you can do that. First, reduce sugar and refined carbohydrates. Like I said, Candida feeds on sugar and refined carbohydrates. So reducing or eliminating these foods altogether from your diet can help prevent overgrowth. Increase your fiber intake. Fiber can promote the growth of beneficial bacteria in the gut, which can help keep Candida in check. So foods high in fiber include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. So that's an important balance where you have to have these good fibrous foods in order to keep Candida in check. Notice all of those things that I listed, they're a lot of times on this low carbohydrate diet list, like they're no foods, like don't eat fruit, don't eat these high carb vegetables, don't eat whole grains, don't eat legumes. So what I see a lot of times too is if you're on a super low carb diet, you start to take out some of the fiber that you need, and that can impact the growth of Candida as well. So just realize it has to be balanced. You could also add probiotic rich foods to help maintain, like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, to help increase that intake of probiotics. You want to avoid alcohol and caffeine. Alcohol and caffeine disrupt the balance of the microorganisms in the gut and make it easier for Candida to grow. That is just fact. It likes yeast and sugar. So if we can remove those substances, then you won't have as much of an opportunity for it to grow. Anti-inflammatory foods are fantastic. They can help reduce inflammation in the body overall, which helps decrease that bad bacteria from growing. So anti-inflammatory foods like fatty fish like salmon, sardines that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, leafy greens like spinach and kale and collard greens that are high in antioxidants, berries like strawberries and raspberries, nuts and seeds like almonds and walnuts and chia seeds and flax seeds. Turmeric, that's a spice, and it is a powerful anti-inflammatory spice, as well as ginger, olive oil, green tea. These are all anti-inflammatory foods. So if you've changed your diet, there are also some other things that you can do to seek treatment for your Candida overgrowth, like herbal and nutritional supplements. So certain herbs and supplements have been shown to have antifungal properties and are helpful in treating Candida overgrowth, like caprylic acid or grapefruit seed extract, berberine, oregano oil, and garlic. Those are all effective. Other things that you could do is to make sure that you're changing the lifestyle factors that are impacting the Candida overgrowth, like stress management. We said stress weakens your immune system, which helps Candida just to grow and flourish. So we want to make sure that we're doing some deep breathing, some meditation on scripture. We're trying to decrease our control and stress over life and try to focus on the one who can help us. That is so important. Let's talk probiotics. So probiotics are beneficial bacteria that help restore the balance of microorganisms in the gut and support immune function. So you want to take a high quality probiotic in order to do that. And here are some examples. I'm going to give very general examples, but these specific strains of bacteria can be helpful in counteracting Candida overgrowth. So lactobacillus has a few different strains, but it definitely has been shown to be effective in reducing vaginal yeast infections caused by Candida. And so if you're low in lactobacillus, then you want to think about like the good bacteria is really low, so it allows the bad bacteria to thrive. Bifidobacterium is another type of probiotic. It has been shown to be effective in reducing intestinal inflammation and improve the gut barrier function. Saccharomyces boulardii is a type of yeast probiotics that's been shown to be effective in reducing the symptoms of Candida overgrowth and restoring the balance. And Streptococcus thermophilus is another type. And so dosing these and a regimen for these can vary depending on the severity of the overgrowth and the person's overall health. And that's why it's so important to get that CSAP, that comprehensive stool analysis and parasitology test that I talked about, because it tells you about the Candida and the bad bacteria, but it also tells you about the good bacteria that you have and the good bacteria that you're lacking. So it kind of rates it like you have a no growth of, if you have a no growth of lactobacillus, then that would tell me that that is a bad place to be if you have positive Candida, because the lactobacillus can't overcome and can't balance things out. So that's why that's important. And so what the recommendations for these probiotics, it's going to vary. But just know, if you're going to choose to take probiotics, you want something high quality. I recommend the Hummingbird brand that is in my e-store because I know it works. I know the company that makes it, Zymogen's, third-party tested. It's good quality stuff and it's worth it because it works. So if you're taking that, you don't want to just jump in and take like the highest dosage and the highest colony forming units per day. You want to start gradually. In some cases, you might want to start with a very lower dose of probiotics and gradually increase over the time. And that can help minimize any potential adverse effects as you balance out these microbes within your gut. It's also very beneficial to rotate strains of probiotics to ensure there's a diverse range of beneficial bacteria in the gut. And this can involve taking one strain of probiotics for a period of time and then switching to another strain. If you're on one strain of probiotics for life, then there's a very good likelihood that you're not creating diversity within the gut. So usually I'll have people take one strain for about 10 to 12 weeks, and then we're going to switch it to another strain and switch it up a little bit. And that just allows your gut to be able to have this nice, robust growth of good bacteria to overcome the bad bacteria. So if you're going to do that and you're going to put in the good bacteria with the probiotics, but there's Candida present, you also have to think, I need to kill off that Candida, like decrease that Candida overgrowth and get it out of there. So if you're just piling all this good stuff on there, you also want to do some sort of supplement that can help decrease the Candida through some of those herbs and supplements like I talked about. So I recommend Candida Elim through the Hummingbird brand on my e-store, but there are some other really good options as well depending on what your needs are. If it's severe Candida, I recommend Para 1 and Para 2 by Cellcore. For kids, I recommend the Biocidin drops by Cellcore, because you can just put them in their drink and they don't even know they're there. So you're breaking all that up, and depending on how long it's been in there, it could take some time. And then you want to take a binder to get it out of there. Like, think about, you want to poop it out, you want to get it out. Binders are substances that help remove toxins and other harmful substances from the body by facilitating their elimination and getting them out. So like, you could do an activated charcoal or bentonite clay or a psyllium husk, but I recommend Quicksilver binder, and it's a very versatile binder. You do have to take it away from food and other supplements, or there is the Cellcore biotoxin binder that you can take anytime. But just think about kind of stacking those three things. If you think that there are some Candida issues, is I want to take a probiotic that's good. I want to take something that's going to break up that overgrowth and try to then eliminate it with a binder. So 3 things. When you're taking those 3 things for about 10 to 12 weeks, then you want to try to change your diet drastically, eliminate fruit, sugar from your diet. If you do eat fruit, then let it be like a low glycemic index fruit. Don't eat like bananas every meal and stuff like that. Lots and lots of veggies, lots and lots of fiber. And then you'll start to see over that 10 to 12 weeks that things will start to even out and your gut microbiome will heal. So hopefully today you have a better understanding of some of the factors that could go into your gut health. You understand Candida and what it is and what it can do and how you can solve it. And you can't just take a ton of probiotics and think your gut's going to be healthy. Sometimes you need to remove and replace, not just put the good things in. So let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I will put some links as well to some of the things that I mentioned. And just let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a great Monday. Thank you. Bye.